So as you're ready, make your way into child's pose. So as you land in child's pose, just allow your knees to come wide and let your forehead make connection with the ground, and just simply start observing your breath as it is now. And now begin to invite in victorious breathing. So Ujjayi breath, where you can begin to hear it, bring a little more energy into your breath. And just start to switch gears into as much of your attention as possible, just being in the sound of breath and just the feel of your body as it is already. Let's together take one full in-breath right here. And then a long, audible out-breath. Come up to your hands and knees as you take your next inhale. And then cat pose as you breathe out. Tuck your chin and tuck your tail. Inhale to cow pose, let your belly drop. Exhale, round. You'll hold the empty breath for just a moment. Breathe in, same thing. Breathe out, same thing. Now next inhale, just come to a nice neutral, flat back. And then tuck your toes under and lift to downward facing dog. Just make a strong upside down V shape in your body. And go ahead and feel free to move around a little bit here. So any wiggling, stretching that you need to get through is all good. Lots of toe popping. And just enjoy this early moment in practice of just noticing the sensations of your body before you move through all that we're going to move through. Now just check your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide and get a strong, steady base there. And then just start to wiggle into whatever shape you need to take to get your spine as long as possible. So you might bend your knees slightly. Yeah. And then can you find the sensation of drawing your hips back up and away from your wrists just a little bit longer? Try to get your feet a little bit closer up here. And then bend your knees a little bit more. Draw back. Yeah, good. Now let's together take an in-breath right here. And together a long out-breath. One more time, full breath in. Hear the sound of the out-breath, empty. And then pull forward to a high push-up position. You could be on your knees and just stay as you empty your breath. Take one more full inhale. And then tap knees, thighs, belly, chest. Go all the way down to the ground, all the way down. And just stay there and feel as you take a big breath in. Stay there as you empty your breath. Now, as you breathe in, take cobra. Just lift your chest up a little, so just a little bit of a lift. Breath out, back down. Connect all the way in. Another cobra, just a little lift of your chest. Press down, connect all the way in. And this time, option for up dog. So you can lift, straighten your arms up more, so breathe in to rise up. And down dog, slowly make your way back in. Full inhale, and let it pour out, let it go. Sweep your right leg up high. To bend this leg to reach over and open. In breath. Empty your breath. And then straighten your leg as you breathe in, reach it up. Put it back to the floor slowly. High push up, pull forward. And either knee, thighs, belly, or low push up, so either one. Upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. All right, your other leg, send it up high behind you. Bend it over. In breath. Exhale. Straighten this leg back out, reach your toes way up. And now step to the top of your mat for a ragdoll. So take your feet nice and wide. You might give yourself a little bit of a reach into a halfway lift and then just ragdoll forward. And so in this posture, keep your feet and legs nice and firm, but see if you can get a sort of water quality in your spine, your head, your face. Notice where your breath and how your breath is right now. See if it's possible to let the weight of your chest, the weight of your shoulders drop down just slightly more towards the ground. All right, just take one more full in breath. Let your arms release as you empty the breath. And then wiggle your feet in together to your touch position. Take halfway lift, so just a nice flat back. Now fold down. You can bend your knees if you need here. Halfway lift again. Use your in breath. That's it. Fold down and in. Rise all the way up. Send your hands straight up towards the ceiling. Empty your breath completely here. And then as you inhale, go a little taller with your hands, and then just take your hands by your sides, palms forward, right here. Just mountain pose. Just ujjayi breath here, and just feel even standing from left to right in your body. And really notice the steadiness of your breath, the inhales and the exhales. Let your heart lift and open on your in-breath here. And just ground through your feet on your out-breath. And then send your hands straight up again. Reach up. You can look up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold with the exhale. Squeeze in. Rise, expand, and reach. You can look up. Fold down. Halfway lift. And then step back to low push-up. You always have the option to go knees, thighs, belly, chest. Lift your heart for up dog or a little cobra. Downward facing dog. Full in-breath right here. And if it feels good, just open your mouth to breathe out. Awesome. Do it again. Full in-breath. Long out breath. One more inhale. Now empty the exhale. Get to the empty moment. Set your eyes forward. And then just step to the top. Feet together. Halfway lift. Good. Fold down to empty. Rise up, reach up. Fold in half. Halfway. Low push-up. Always the option to skip low push-up also. Breathe into upward facing dog. to downward facing dog. Inhale. Let it out. Take one more in-breath. Get through the out-breath, so you'll hold empty. Top of the mat. You could step or jump. Halfway lift. Fold down and in. Rise up, reach up. And now chair pose, sink in. And so just choose an arm position that still allows you to keep your chest nice and open, that allows you to stay pretty upright in your torso so that you can really take your arms in any way. And so you'll feel your body just eventually wiggle into the steadiness of the posture so that you can just mostly focus on feeling your breath. And it's always helpful to find one point of gaze just to land your eyes on to sort of steady your body and your mind. Take an in-breath. Empty your breath. This last inhale is just a big heart opening. Fold in half. Halfway lift. And low push-up or straight to downward facing dog. Upward facing dog or cobra. To downward facing dog. Now sweep your right leg up high behind you, then step it forward for warrior one pose. And if you're not certain where your front leg is landed, just give it a little look and kind of feel it out. So just get your lunge as strong as you can there. And just bring a heightened awareness of the whole shape of your body. So you can even do the same thing. Notice your back leg. Notice the angle you've placed your back foot at. And then as you reach your arms up, just feel the connectivity between your legs and your arms. Just bring them into a togetherness. As you breathe in, a little reach higher. As you breathe out, just land in 2 feet. Take one more inhale. You might look up and pull up. Low push up. Option to go straight back to down dog if you prefer. Breathe into upward facing dog. Just take your time as you move back to downward facing dog. Your other leg will sweep up high, left leg reaches. And warrior one, this side. And just keep inviting yourself to drop fully into the experience of your body and your breath so that everything else can kind of be just put aside for now. And just by way of feeling, just notice how your rib cage is landed and just see if it's there, a little subtle squaring forward from your ribs. Right ribs a little forward, left ribs back. Awesome, Jackie, that's it. Let your inhale give you a lift up towards the ceiling. Let your exhale really root you in. Take one more full in-breath. Low push-up, or skip the flow and go straight back to down dog. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Full in-breath here. You can open your mouth if it feels good to let the breath empty. Let's go one more inhale. Totally empty with the exhale. Stay empty. To step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Fold down. Rise up, fill up. Chair pose. One patient in breath. Fold in half. Halfway lift. Low push-up or straight to down dog. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Just step your right foot forward here for warrior one. Rise with the in-breath. Just settle in with the out-breath. One more inhale. This is the big reach. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. To down dog. Other side steps, left foot forward, warrior one. Empty out. Let your inhale pull you up and back. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. To land in downward facing dog. In breath right here. And again, open your mouth and just let it go. All right, sweep your right leg up high behind you to come to crescent lunge pose. And so just get your whole body pretty square forward, and you want to go wide enough that you feel sturdy. So it doesn't matter how wide you need to go. And if your breath is good with it, arms straight up. And so you'll feel that moment of eventually getting still enough in your body that it's your breath that's most predominant, and you're really aware of the movement with the in and the out breath. And take one more inhale as you expand. And prayer hands, just pause right there, feel the touch. Take another in-breath, a patient out-breath. One more inhale to get a lift up out of your belly for a right twist. So you'll roll over to the right, and there's so many different ways of doing this, so figure out what's sturdy for you. And then once you get into your posture, just do a little check into your legs and make sure they're fully sturdy and engaged. And from your legs, elongate your spine. Pull it out and away. And you lift up out of the shoulder a little bit. Awesome. Now you allow your inhale to get you a little longer. Your exhale is an easy twist. Do a couple more of your breaths here. So just make it through one more in and out breath. Then you'll use an inhale to come around to warrior two pose. So just make your way around to it. As you set your feet, do it so that your low belly and your front hips can all be pretty square to the left. And then feel the space that your arms are taking up, your hands. And let your breath be the most predominant movement. Just going to lift that just a little. Let's take one full in-breath right here. And just pour the out-breath, get to the empty. And then reverse warrior, go up and back. To land in side angle. So just go right forearm to thigh. You have the option to take your right hand lower if you want. And just simply lift your top arm straight up out of your shoulder at first. And then go ahead and angle it forward if it's there. So you just reach out over the river out there. And just take one full in-breath here. Get totally empty of the out breath and just listen. You're going to go to reverse warrior. Go up, back, and away slowly. Just reach up. Land in warrior two again. Just reach your arms wide. Now take your hands to your heart center. Take a big, big in-breath. And step to the top of your mat. So get your leg all the way up there. And then reach up and look up. Take a full in breath. Good job. Fold down into your legs. Halfway lift from here. Then just step your right foot back to get crescent lunge happening on your other leg. So your left leg will land forward. And it's the same, squaring forward. And so just constantly monitor and observe how your breath is happening, your heart is happening, and that'll tell you, whether to take your arms up or not, how low to go. Notice the quality of your breath right here and now. On your next out breath, take your hands to heart center if you haven't yet. And then use an inhale when you're there to get lifted, to go over to your opposite twist. And again, your first line of alignment when you're just trying to align your own body is, you ask yourself, am I sturdy? If I'm not sturdy, what do I need to do to feel that? If you're going to expand your arms, go ahead and go all the way out into the space around you. And now from here, use 3 more of your breaths to navigate this pose. When you arrive at your 4th inhale, that's the breathing in to warrior 2 when you get there. And then just feel yourself arrive into this new posture, this new shape. And just keep the doorway open to your breath just happening really fully here. Take 1 more full in-breath. And then it's just a pouring out of the out-breath to empty. Reverse warrior. Side angle. You can go left forearm to thigh, or you can go lower with your left hand if you'd like. And just start the same way. So this first just initial pull up out of your shoulder, and then eventually this angling forward of your top arm. And you let this reach of your arm be an awakening of the whole right side of your body. Now use your breath to activate every single piece of the posture right here. Take 1 more in-breath. Totally empty the out-breath. Be strong here. Now reverse warrior, slowly lift all the way up and back. Warrior 2, just for a little moment. As you breathe in, draw your hands to your heart center. Step to the top of the mat. Alrighty, now reach up. Take a long breath in. Chair pose, sink in. Take 1 inhale with this, then right twist. So take it right over to the right, and lots of different variations you could take here. Up high, like Sheila's doing it, is one option. If you need even more modification, you could even lay your left forearm all the way across your thighs for support. Take an in-breath. Empty and twist. And then it's just 1 more inhale. Pour forward, just fold in. Halfway lift. Fold down. And now stand all the way up. Send your hands and eyes up. Chair pose, sink in. All right, 1 full in-breath. And go the opposite twist. So one piece here is that you want to attempt to keep your spine uphill. So from the pit of your belly to your crown, reaching uphill. Go ahead and expand if you haven't yet. In breath. Empty your breath. That's it. Reach through all 10 fingertips right here. Good. Bow forward. Let it go. Good work. Halfway lift. Fold in half. All right, stand up. Follow your breath to rise up for eagle pose. So right arm under your left, right leg will wrap on top. We're sweating anyway, right? So totally okay if right now you observe your breath in your heart and you need to just do just the arms or just the legs, that's okay. See if you can let each moment just come and go, not being attached to anything that arises. Take one more in breath. An audible out breath. Get to the empty sound. And sweep out. Expand and reach up. Other side. Left arm under. Left leg on top. So there's always the option if the elbow stack and hand grab doesn't really work, you can also just cross your arms around and grab opposite shoulders or prayer hands. Use your gaze point here. Take one more in breath. Get through all of the out breath. And sweep out. Reach straight up. And let's go tree pose, opposite leg. So hands to heart center. You can start right there. And just place your right foot anywhere on your leg for balance. And there's even the option just to let your right toes tap the ground or a block under your toes. So lots of different ways to do it. Notice if you feel yourself getting too serious about any of this. If you lose balance, it's okay. Just kind of smile at it and move on. Yeah, go ahead and expand. Take up a lot of space. And just be gentle with the imbalance that comes and goes. That'll be there. Take 3 more of your breaths. Like you just don't want to miss a moment of any of the breath. When we get through those, you're just going to change sides. So this leg goes down and your other leg goes up when you get there. And just simply take each moment, each sensation as it arises. It's going to come, and then it's just going to go. So just watch it come and go. Expand to wherever you're expanding to here. Invite in the fullness of your whole body breath right here. Take 2 more of your fullest, richest breaths right here. Your second exhale is just fold. You just go feet together, fold to synchronize right in with your out breath. Awesome. Breathe into a halfway lift from here. Fold in again. Feel the moment of empty breath. Take halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Press right back into it. As you inhale, sweep your right leg up high behind you. Hug your knee forward to your chest and belly. Pull your shoulders forward. Stay there as you take a big in-breath. And it's warrior 1. So gently land and rise up. Open into warrior 2 pose. Reverse warrior, sweep up and back. For triangle pose, so you can unbend your front leg, right hand somewhere along your shin, maybe a block. And so the way you determine where your bottom hand is going to go is where you can maintain an uphill spine. And if you can take your block to the right side of your leg, try that, and that might help align your torso a little better. Does that work okay, Sheila? And now feel the distance, the line of action from hand to hand. Expand that if you're able to right here. Take a full in-breath. Empty your breath. Just take one more inhale. Get totally empty with the out breath. Strong in your legs to lift straight up. Just lift up, keep your arms out wide. And then take your arms up as you pivot your body forward to set up pyramid. So you're going to face the front windows, pivot everything forward. And just take a moment to get your feet set, to where you're super square forward. And then breathe in and reach up higher, up out of your legs to fold forward. And just sort of reach forward as you go down. And you can just let your arms provide some weight for the traction to happen here. You can let them drop, let your head drop. Also the option, if it feels better, just to put your hands on a block and keep your back nice and flat and chest lifted. Take a full in-breath. Empty all of it out. And now from here, just lift to a halfway lift, so a nice flat back. Put your left hand on a block for a revolved triangle. So your block can be pretty much under your shoulder, right arm out and open. And if it feels like the twist is too intense, you could take your block farther out to the left to kind of lessen the twist. Jackie's using 2 blocks up here. That's one option also. And if you have something in your top shoulder or arm, you can just place your arm behind your back. You got something in your shoulder? Yeah. Take an in-breath and reach it out. Breathe out to find a little more twist, just soft. Now take one more full inhale. And listen, it's just forward fold at the top of your mat. So step both feet to the top. Go into a halfway lift with your in-breath. Fold down with your out breath. Rise up and just counter stretch your whole body. Look up. Fold in half. Halfway lift to downward facing dog. Take your left leg up high behind you. Breathe it in. Knee to chest and belly, you'll hold the hug in. Take one more in-breath. Warrior 1, land to rise up. Breathe into Warrior 2. Use your breath for reverse warrior, so breathe in to go up and back. Triangle pose. Front leg all the way straight. So you might peek if you're not sure, just your front toes would angle straight forward, and your front kneecap will tend to stay straight forward also, so there's a little engagement in your front leg. Yeah, there it is, man. And then you light up the line of action from palm to palm, and that helps to bring a full body openness. And just ujjayi breath from here. Take one more audible in breath. An audible out breath, so strong legs and core to lift yourself all the way back up, arms out wide. And then pivot your body forward and send 10 fingers straight up towards the ceiling. So you'll go wide enough that you can square forward. Use an inhale to pull up and away. Reach and fold. Just right down, forward. And so there's a little subtle added action here of just a little bit of turning from your hip. So your left hip, you want to just engage it back a little bit. You're already there. Right hip is just a little nudge forward. It doesn't have to be forceful. And then just a total sense of letting go in your upper back, your shoulders, your neck, your head. And just give it one more full body and breath. Get totally empty with your breath. Pull to a flat back from here, and we'll set up the revolve pose, so block under your right hand. If you want another block, let me know if you need a little more lift. Yeah, Buzz, right there, right hand down. You got it. And then you can find these lines of action as guides for the engagement into the posture, and hand to hand is one of them right here. That'll help awaken the whole posture. As you breathe in, expand. Breathe out to twist. It's just one more, so light it all the way up. And this time, low push-up. So hands to the ground. You can go knees, thighs, belly, chest if you want that connection. And just a slow into upward facing dog to land home and downward facing dog. And just a full body in breath. Awesome, you guys. Let it pour out. Pull forward to a high push-up position. Lower slowly all the way down to your belly. Go all the way. And then interlace your hands behind your low back. And feel free to put your towel between your hands. Let me know if you need a strap. I'll bring you one. And just draw back. Draw your hands back. Lift your shoulders and chest up off the ground. Lift your legs up off the ground. Another great posture to feel that belly breath. And feel your breath expand your belly each time you breathe in. And can you recruit every single muscle in the back side of your body to squeeze up a little bit higher off the ground? Give it one more. Inhale as you go up, up, up. All right, let it go. Take an ear to the ground, let your arms drop. Good time for a little heartbeat check, a little breath check. Now bend your legs, reach back and catch on to your shins or your ankles. And you'll wiggle your feet to your knees to about hip width distance apart, maybe a little wider. And then just start to engage it. So kick your legs back. That's it. Yeah, you can do one leg, that's fine. You might take this arm to kind of support yourself. Yeah. Take 3 more of your breaths as you build a pose here. Keep kicking back to open your chest. Your third in-breath is that peak moment, the biggest kick you have, and then it all drops into the ground. And just feel the release for a moment. Take a big breath in through your nose and just let it go out through your mouth. Release it. And let's go again. Just bend your legs, reach back and catch them, and you can do the other side if you did one side. And just slowly start to ease your way in. So it doesn't have to be one big kick into your fullest posture. Just ease your way into it. Feel the entire front line of your body getting a release and an opening here. Use 2 more of your breaths. Bring your feet in, bring your toes in. When you get there, it's all to the ground. Just let everything release and drop. Take your opposite ear to the ground. Feel your heart beating for a moment. Beautiful job, you guys. Send your breath a little deeper down to touch your belly a little bit more as you breathe in. And then just gently set your hands and lift yourself into upward facing or cobra pose just for a breath. Then make your way back to downward facing dog just to touch in for just a little moment. And then as you're ready, go ahead and step your feet forward and come all the way back to your back. We'll set up bridge pose. You had to. And so bridge pose, really the same posture that we were doing on our bellies, bow pose. Now we just flip over, so similar leg position. Pull your heels in kind of close, maybe hip width distance, maybe a little wider. Get your breath in check first, get that happening, and then from the soles of your feet, just ignite the entire length of your legs. And so as you come into like where you feel your maximum lift is, don't even attempt to go any higher. See if you can actually get the pose a little longer. Can you engage your legs forward towards the river? While the center of your chest draws back towards university drive, so towards your chin. And now commit right here to 3 of your fullest, richest breaths, like you don't want to miss one piece of any of them. Your last out breath is this reconnection of your spine into the ground. The entire length of your spine will just press all the way down through your tail. And just let a big rebound breath happen right here, a big natural clearing breath. And we'll go one more bridge or wheel. So you could do what you just did. If you want to set your hands and go for wheel pose, go for it. Awesome, Nikki. And same thing, once you feel like you've kind of maxed out with the height of the posture, just get longer. Don't force going higher. Got it. Now get a sense of your legs opening the center of your chest. You engage your legs a little bit more. Breathe spaciousness right into the center of your chest. Full inhale. Breathe out. And this is it, you guys. This last inhale is the peak of it all. Good. Come all the way down. Butterfly pose. Take your feet together and let your knees just drop out to the sides. Place a hand on your belly. Yeah, place a hand on your chest. Feel your breath moving and your heart beating. Just enjoy the flood of concrete, strong physical sensation, because it's so beautiful at bringing us into the present moment. If your heart needs to beat a little harder here, just let it. If your breath needs to happen a little bigger, just let it. And now hug your knees into yourself, into your leg, into your belly and your chest. And so this is quite the counter to what you were just doing. It's a backward bend in the opposite direction. Really squeeze into it. And then just grab the backs of your thighs and just give yourself a couple of rocks, so like a full spine massage back and forth. And then stay up to land in half pigeon. Right knee forward, left leg back behind you. And so a good starting point is to slide your right knee towards the front upper corner of your mat. Extend your back leg nice and long. And then just feel out where your front shin needs to land. And it might be that it feels really natural for you to let completely go, to let your chest go. It might be better for you to prop yourself on your elbows or on a block. And just be curious about your breath here as we approach these end postures, the slower, more relaxed postures. Just watch how your breath shifts and changes. And just do a scan of your entire body here and just notice if there's any unnecessary holding on or tightening. Just allow the experience of your breath and your body just to be one here. Begin to lift your chest upright, so leave your legs as they are, and you could just sort of come onto claw fingertips as you lift up. Just bring in a backward bend element to this. Lift the center of your chest, the front of your throat, your chin. And give it one full inhale, one peak expression. And then downward facing dog, slowly just touch back in. And just give it a cycle of breath. And however you do, just transition yourself to the other side. Your left knee will come forward this time. And just allow this side, this experience to be unique from the other side. This hip may be totally different. This leg may be totally different. You wiggle and shift until you just feel the most effective stretch in your left outer hip. And then once you land there, it's really a sort of an undoing. So you don't achieve anything here by like doing more or efforting more. It's quite the opposite. With hardly any effort, just a full body scan, just sort of noticing the entire length of your body, noticing if there's any unnecessary engagement. Go ahead and make your way to this lift up. And get a sense of your in-breaths really lifting you up out of the pit of your belly. Take a couple more. And as it fits for you, an out-breath takes you to down dog, three-legged dog if you did that on the other side. And just a simple touch into down dog. Feel your hands on the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. And just step your feet forward to come all the way onto your back. And as you come onto your back, just go ahead and draw both knees into your belly. Just give them a squeeze in. And then let your knees drop to the right for a twist together. Look to the left. And you might use your right hand to sort of draw your knees over, or you can take your arms out wide. And just do a check-in, a full body check-in to let go of any efforting or holding. And you can just let your breath be soft and natural here. And a release to the opposite side. Look to the right. Unravel to center and just hug in. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around tightly. You might even grab the bottoms of your feet to get a big squeeze into your center. Roll your forehead into your knees. In this shape, take a giant breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze in a little bit more. All right, then let it go. Send your legs away, send your arms away. Take a full reach and a breath. And then drop your whole body and just wiggle around until you know you're comfortable. Totally okay to bend your legs here if your back needs that, or to go to your side. If there's any effort lingering in your breath at all, just let that fall away now. And just barely start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just notice how your breath immediately responds to that. Take your time, eventually rolling to a side. And from here, take your time, eventually coming upright to seated. You can just sit with your eyes closed for just a moment, just a few moments of internal focus. Notice how you feel, your breath, your body, your mind. If you'd like to draw your hands to your heart center, do so here. Let's take a breath in all together to let go. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. Good job.